Work-life balance is always a challenge for us, but the pandemic has added an extra twist. Some people are working from home, which makes it easy to pop into the office at 8 p.m. and send a quick email. Some are working in the office, and the demands don't end when you walk out the door. And if there's one thing that the past 2 years has taught us, it is the need to maintain our sanity by having boundaries between our job and our life. So this week's top 10 list is to share your tips and techniques so that you can walk away from your job and ensure that you have your personal life without any guilt. It sounds easy, but as we know, it is not. And our first tip comes from Lake Tomahawk, Wisconsin, and Kelly Deering. Kelly shares with us the importance of getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Now, that may sound very basic, but as someone who doesn't sleep well, I can assure you that sleep makes the world of difference in your ability to focus, be efficient, and make smart decisions. Taking care of your body is crucial to ensuring that we can balance. Shut off the TV, put away the book or your phone, and get to bed at a reasonable hour. For those of you who struggle with sleep, check our previous top 10 list on how to get a good night's sleep. Preeti B from Scarborough, Ontario brings us our second tip. Preeti advises us to ask for and accept help when needed. Now, when was the last time you reached out and asked someone for help? Do you feel like you need to be Superwoman or Superman? Can you admit that you can't be all things to all people all the time? Challenge yourself to see where you need a little bit of help to help you get the work-life balance that you need. Karen Rudy from Maitland, Florida shares a tip that I also have on my list of work-life balance rules. Karen shares that when things came to a screeching halt a couple of years ago, she learned to enjoy those nights with no plans. Now that things are changing back, she figured out that what she needed from time to time was a night off. So instead of filling up her schedule outside of work, Karen makes a plan to have nights with no plans. I too have enjoyed those nights at home with no plans, and sometimes find a small level of frustration when I can't get them because we're too busy. And as much as we want to be with friends and family now that we can, ensure that you have nights with no plans for you and your balance. Michelle Frame from Nanaimo, BC shares that she has flexibility in her schedule, which allows her the best balance when she can start her day early and divides the day into a split shift. Now, this could add you a little bit of personal life in the middle of the day if you want to meet a friend for lunch, take your mom to the doctor, walk the dog, or have a long exercise break in the middle of the day. If your schedule allows for it, you can have your personal life right in the middle without any guilt. Our fifth tip comes from Jean Coco from Woburn, Massachusetts. Jean shares that her secret to work-life balance is to ensure that when her workday is over, she breaks up the time by adding a little bit of her time by going for a walk, even if it's cold weather. Now think about it. When we drive to work, we have that mental break when we drive home. If we work from home, that commute from the office to the kitchen isn't quite long enough to signal to our brain that we are done for the day. So create some kind of routine that signals to your body that you are done and you can shut your brain off. Leslie Hartwell from Rapid City, South Dakota says that she sets alarms to force herself to take lunch and to stop work for the day. Now, initially that may sound unnecessary, but how many times have you lost your day to your workload without any breaks for yourself? We already know the importance of keeping ourselves healthy. So setting alarms is an efficient, simple, and effective way to force us in the moment to prioritize our self-care so that we can maintain that balance. Number 7 comes from Linda Luca from Akron, Ohio. Lynn shares that she clarified the office hours before she even started her job. She says she leaves promptly every day at 4:30 and emails are ignored after 4:30. Her time is her time, and clearly her company values that. Now, perhaps some of us need to have that conversation with our employers to clarify what the expectations are. Maybe you're not practicing work-life balance because you think it is expected that if you get an email or a text in the evening that you need to reply. Perhaps that's not the case at all. Have the conversation. It's never too late. Erin Plant from Prince George, BC says that during the weekends, she does look at her emails that are marked high importance. This way, she knows that if something urgent comes up unexpectedly, she is still able to focus on her weekends, but knowing she can deal with it first thing Monday morning. Sometimes balance doesn't mean that we completely ignore anything happening outside of work hours. Sometimes it means being aware of what's going on so that when work hours resume, you're ready to go and are prepared for it. It also means that for some of you, that you would respond if the situation required it, but not necessarily every time. Number 9 is from Elizabeth C. from New York, New York. Elizabeth shares that her secret to work-life balance is to gauge the importance of each task as it comes across her desk each day. Now, we all know that it's very easy to get overwhelmed when the volume of work just piles up. But when you can look at everything individually, it allows you to prioritize and recognize what things can wait till tomorrow and what things need to be done now. Again, I know we say we do that, but are we really practicing that with every single task? And number 10 comes from Beverly Byerman King from Little Britain, Ontario. Beverly shares that balance does not mean equal, and our definition of balance changes depending on where we are in life. Balance means making choices to increase overall satisfaction and being okay with those choices. Work-life balance looks different to everyone. We need to make the choices that are right for us. Working at 6 a.m. or checking on email on the weekends might be balanced for one person and not for someone else. And that's okay. Be happy with your choices, but make the right choices for you, your job, and your family. Good luck.